guys, welcome back to the Dial 24. Today we're diving into the topic that has somehow turned into probably one of the biggest debates in the watch community. And honestly, I didn't think it would be this controversial, but apparently it is. Today we're talking about Seiko mods. More specifically, what actually qualifies as a Seiko mod. Now, before the comment section starts loading their weapons, let me make something very clear here. This is not an attack on builders. In fact, I have tremendous amount of respect for builders. I've built watches, I've designed watches, I've sourced parts, assembled watches with those parts. I've spent quite a bit of time practicing exactly what many of these builders are doing today. So long before Hearst & Co., before the Swiss watches, before the championship timepiece partnerships, before the team partnerships, before there was any of that, there was Time Panda. Time Panda was built on NH35 and VK63 movements. It was built on aftermarket components. I ordered cases, hands, dials, crystals. I've literally done it all when it comes to the Seiko mods, right? So when I talk about this, I actually have a little bit of skin in the game. I'm not speaking from the sidelines. And because of that, I think I've got a pretty unique, we'll say perspective or take, or maybe even credibility to be able to speak to this issue. The issue isn't the watch building, the issue isn't the NH35 movements, it's not the creativity. The issue, honestly, it's the branding. The issue is calling your build something literally that it's not. Because in my opinion, a modification and a build are two completely different things. Let's use cars for an example. Let's say I build my apologies. Let's just say I buy a Porsche and I install some rims on it, I don't know, a Gintani exhaust and maybe some wide body kit. That's modified Porsche, nobody argues that. It started its life as a Porsche, I changed it, I modified it, pretty straightforward. But if I buy an engine from one company, wheels from another company, a chassis from somewhere else, body panels somewhere else, and build the entire thing myself, nobody calls that a modified Porsche, do they? No, it's a custom build. And that's where I think the watch community has started to blur the lines a little bit. Because today I see watches being posted every single day that are being called Seiko mods. But when you look closer, the case wasn't made by Seiko, the dial wasn't made by Seiko, the hands definitely weren't made by Seiko, the bracelet wasn't made by Seiko, the watch never existed as a Seiko. It never left the Seiko factory. It never started its life as a Seiko watch. Chances are the only part that's seen Japan is maybe the movement, and even that's questionable because they have Singapore factories. Every component was purchased individually, assembled by the builder, and honestly, that's pretty impressive. That's a watch build. That's actually something to be proud of, but it's definitely not a modification. Nothing was modified, it was built. This is where some people start talking about, well, the NH35 and blah, blah, blah. And listen, I get it. The NH35 is a fantastic movement. It's reliable, it's affordable, it's easy to service, it's easy to regulate. It's the one reason that it's become so popular, and 3 times the price from when I started using it. Not to mention the GMT, good God, look it up, guys. Anyways, yes, it's manufactured by TMI, a Seiko-owned company. Nobody's disputing that. But having an NH35 inside the watch doesn't automatically make it a Seiko. If I buy an LS3, drop it into a custom hot rod, I'm not gonna call it a Chevy. I built a custom car powered by a GM engine. The same thing, an NH35 powered watch is simply a watch powered by an NH35. That's it. And again, that's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But now we get into the part that irks me a little bit. We'll just say it bothers me a little bit. It's the logos. The aftermarket Seiko dials, the fake branded dials, and here's where my personal experience comes in. I've actually received them, I've had them show up in shipments, I've had suppliers send them, I literally have had Seiko branded dials sitting, here, hold on a second, they're sitting on my workbench. All right, check these out. So I have these dials here, and these I ordered, not knowing that they were not, well, they didn't have a logo on them when I saw the photo. And there's this VK63 style Seiko with the applied logo. And here's a cool one that I like the dial and I like the image on it. But it didn't show the Seiko, and it's the nice applied Seiko logo. And if you look, it's even got, you know, it's drilled and placed in properly as a true Seiko logo is. But every single time I've gotten one of those, I've made the same decision. I refuse to use them. That's why they're sitting here. I've got a whole box of them. Matter of fact, I got a whiteboard. I'm just gonna stick them on there and put it up as one of my, but not because they look bad, not because they were unusable, not because they wouldn't have looked amazing. But I refuse to build them because it never came from Seiko. It never left the Seiko factory, and I don't feel comfortable putting another company's name on something that they didn't build. Why don't you put the same effort into building your own brand, your own logo, your own following, your tribe, your people? You know what I mean? Like, that's the impressive part of building. Not using another manufacturer's branding and hard work and history to make your watch mean something. Honestly, when I build a watch, it's either my logo or no logo, or I'm not gonna put somebody else's logo on it unless they've asked and it's a collaboration. And here's the question I always come back to, and maybe you should ask yourself the same thing. If you're so proud of the watch you built, why does it have a Seiko logo? Seriously, you chose the movement, you chose the case, you chose the hand, you assembled it, hopefully you regulated it, maybe within 2 seconds, plus or minus if you're really good. But you built the thing, you pressure tested it, so why are we giving the credit to Seiko? Why not just leave it sterile and just be proud, be like, yeah, I built it. If you don't have your own branding, that's okay, just leave it sterile. You still built it, be proud of that. Why not call it exactly what it is, a watch built by you? Because honestly, I think builders deserve a lot more credit than they're actually getting. Some of these watches are absolutely amazing. Some look better than the factory watches, some are more creative than the factory watches, some are completely unique. So own that, be proud of that. Build your own identity, I guess. I mean, that's why I started Time Panda, that's why we started Hearst & Co, that's why we, got heavily involved in motorsports, that's why, motorsports is one of my passions, so we leaned into that. Because the second you put somebody else's logo on something, on a watch that never came from that company, you've created confusion. Now somebody thinks they're looking at, in this case, a Seiko or a Rolex or whatever, modified Seiko, when in reality they're just looking at a custom watch assembled from aftermarket parts that you decided to go ahead and use a Seiko logo with. There's two completely different things, and that's really my entire argument. I'm not attacking builders, I'm actually defending the builders. I think builders deserve enough respect that they shouldn't have to hide behind somebody else's logo. So here's my definition. A Seiko Mod starts with a genuine Seiko purchased in a store, or it's an actual genuine piece that came from somebody, not one that they built. It's a Seiko Mod. No, a watch that left Seiko factory. You change it, you modify it. That's a Seiko Mod. If you purchased all the components and built the entire watch new, that's a watch build, a custom build. And if that custom build never came from Seiko, then personally I just don't think it should say Seiko on the dial. Not because the watch isn't good, not because the builder isn't talented or skilled or anything like that, but because authenticity matters. Definitions matter and words matter. Anyways guys, that's my take on it. Maybe you agree, maybe you completely disagree. Either way, let me know down in the comments because I really want to know what you think on this whole issue. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you enjoyed the video, got something out of it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a lot more of this, the Dial 24. And remember, do not forget that we do have the paddock giveaway going on right now, where we're giving away one of our Hearst & Co timepieces. Go ahead and head on over to hearstandco.com/giveaway. And be sure to just go ahead and follow the instructions. It's pretty straightforward. And remember, if you built it yourself, be proud enough to put your own name on it. That's all I got, guys. See ya.
Going hard like a Kobe, 24 on the clock, grinding hard to the morning. Promise that we won't drop. Now I can take no losses. Pray that we make it out. We ain't scared to take a shot. Guarantee we won't stop.